What up, your boy C. Rizzy coming at you with Unit 3, Lesson 7, Equations of Lines in the Coordinate Plane. Our essential question is, how do you write an equation of a line in the coordinate plane? And our objective is to graph and write linear equations. Our essential understanding is that you can graph a line and write its equation when you know certain facts about the line, such as its slope and a point on the line. So this section is very much just algebra, review of algebra as far as it's concerned about graphing a line. So we'll just start with slope. The slope, usually defined by lowercase m, of a line is the ratio of the vertical change, i.e. the rise, to the horizontal change, i.e. the run, between any 2 points. And you know two things about slope, and that through any 2 points, slope has this formula. This is your slope formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's just go into a problem. Use the graph at the right. What is the slope of line A? So here is line A, and it has points 2, 3, and 5, 7. It has more points than that, but these are the ones that are defined for us right now. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2. Doesn't matter which one is which. It does not. So, but point slope says y2 minus y1, so 7 minus 3. Divided by 5 minus 2. 7 minus 3 is 4. 5 minus 2 is 3. So your answer is 4/3. Now the other way to find it, and the easiest way to find it, at least for me, is when you're graphing. If you have a graph, you just count rise over run. So here are your 2 points. You rise 1, 2, 3, 4. You run 1, 2, 3. So slope is rise over run, which is 4/3, which cannot be simplified. So there are 4 different types of slopes. There's a positive slope when your line goes from left to right. Negative slope when it goes from bottom left to top right. Negative slope goes from top left to bottom right. A zero slope is any horizontal line, and that will be any y equals, and y equals some number, okay? Not just y equals mx plus b. So if I was looking at slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. If m is positive, it's a positive slope. If it's negative mx plus b, that's a negative slope. Y is any number, it's a zero slope. And if x equals any number, that is an undefined slope, that is a vertical line. So again, we just talked about slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. This should all be review, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. And then there's point-slope form used for when you're solving for 2 points, when you're given 2 points and you want to solve for the equation of the line. So point-slope is y minus y1 equals m, which is slope, times x minus x1, where x1 and y1 stand for the points given to you. So let's practice graphing a line. So in what form is this given equation? This is obviously slope-intercept form, which means that the fraction for the slope is 3 over 1 because it's 3. 1 point on the graph is 0, negative 4. That is our y-intercept. Okay, so from that point you rise 3 units and move 1 unit to the right, and we'll graph this line. So I know 1 point is at 0, negative 4. And my points means goes up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3. Oopsie, sorry. 1, 2, 3 over 1. And then we'll graph my line. Do this. Oopsie. Didn't want to do that. We will graph the line. And it looks, it's a little off. I just graph it through the points. It looks like that. And for good measure or good practice, you always write the equation of the line next to it. This is y equals 3x minus 4. That way you can distinguish the lines. Okay, writing the equations of the lines. Write an equation of a line with a slope of negative 1/2 and a y-intercept of 2. So, complete the problem solving the model below. Slope is negative 1/2. Y-intercept is 2. Write an equation of the line. use slope-intercept form of the equation, write our equation, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2, and that is our equation. Simple, because it's y equals mx plus b. I'm assuming that's what they want in that box. And we just plug in what we've been given. Okay, using 2 points to write an equation. You can use the 2 points given on the line at the right to show the slope of the line is 6, 5. So one equation of the line is y minus 5 equals 6/5 x minus 3. Write an equation of the line if you use negative 2, negative 1 instead of 3, 5 in the point slope form of the equation. So this is below is the equation found. Write in the justification for each step. So we will write this in. This is given. This is substitution. And this was, realistically, it was combined like terms. More simplify. So the question is, here it is. Here's the equation again. Now they want us to take this equation and write it in slope-intercept form. So to do that, we just solve. Or what we want to do is we want to make y by itself on the left-hand side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute over here. Y minus 5 equals 6/5 x minus 18/5. And then we're going to add 5 to both sides. Y equals 6/5 x. And we'll do this over here. Negative 18/5 plus 25/5, which is what 5 is. So negative 18 plus 25 is 7/5, and that would be the equation of the line. Now, you don't have to do point slope form. A lot of people make it so that you should do point slope form. But what if I already knew the slope? So my slope is 6/5, and my point is 3, 5, which is on the line. So instead, if I said my m is 6/5, and a point is 3, 5, what if I just plug that into the point slope form to begin with? Would I get the same answer? Would I get this? So let's find out. So if y equals mx plus b, this is just going to be x, this is just going to be y, so that's what I'm going to plug in for. So I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to be left with my y, which is 5, equals 3, nope, not 3. Sorry, slope first. 5 equals 6/5 times 3 plus b. So the only thing I don't have is b. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to solve for b here. And if it's correct, b should be 7/5. So let's see. 5 equals 6/5 is 18/5 plus b. And if I subtract 18/5 from both sides, I'm going to get 7/5 equals b. So here's a different way of doing it. Now that I have b, but I had the slope, now all I have to do is just plug in b. Y equals 6/5 x plus 7/5. So there's two different ways of doing it. I find point slope form to be a little bit more a harder formula to memorize than slope intercept. But if you can find the slope, and you can always find the slope between any points, you can just plug it into point slope form or y-intercept form, solve for b, and then you have your equation. So let's practice just writing equations of horizontal and vertical lines. So write true or false for the answers. Every point on a horizontal line through 4, -3 has a y-coordinate of -3. So if I have a horizontal line through -3, or through the point 4, 3, would every y-coordinate be -3? That is true. The equation of the vertical line through this point, which will be this one, through that point, is y equals -3. That is false. The equation of the line through the vertical through this point is x equals 4. That is true. This is x equals 4. This is y equals negative 3. The reason for that is because on every point on this line, my x value is 4. 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. So its x is 4. On the horizontal line, every y value is negative 3. 0, negative 3, 1, negative 3, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 3, 4, negative 3. And the y value is always negative 3. So a horizontal line will always have a y value. A vertical line will always be x equals. All right, that's it for me.